Hello, and happy birthday weekend to the United States of America, who, I must confess, doesn't look a day over 200.
How do British people perceive American Independence Day?
Today we're going to react to some comments from our fellow Brit in America, Laurence Brown from the YouTube channel Lost in the Pond.
It'd be interesting to find out if we have the same experiences and thoughts as Laurence, or not.
We've reached that time of year again, haven't we? That time of year that I've celebrated every year for the past 15 years. And that time of year is the 4th of July celebrations here in the United States. And as a British person, that can be a little bit weird because for those of you who don't know, and that's probably only about 10% of my viewers, America gained its independence from we, the British. And I didn't really know that or have a deep concept of that before moving to the United States. And the reason for that is they didn't really teach us about that in school. I don't know why. I think we learned about all of the victories, you know, the good wars. And after I moved, it became apparent that next summer that, oh, you kicked our asses.
When I was at school, we didn't really learn anything about America at all.
Shock horror!
I just can't recall anything about American history. I mean, we maybe vaguely hit on the fact that it was discovered. Yeah, so we're kind of a little bit ignorant on the history of the revolution. I think, you know, if you go to university and you study history, I don't know, but you probably do look at that in a little bit more depth. But it's not one of the biggies, is it?
It's not one of the biggies, no.
Well, it's good though. You know, we were only once really at war with America, and then we sort of forgot about it in time.
Well, we forgot about it as
yeah.
The Americans have not forgotten about it.
No, we put that behind us. We just completely forget that.
Yeah.
But I remember either you or Katie, or perhaps both of you, learning about the indigenous people here, about the Native Americans, and you did projects about that.
I do remember learning about the immigration to America for reasons like religious persecution and people trying to seek out more freedom, things like that we learned about.
And how did I find this out? Through several uncles of my American wife's who just thought it'd be funny on the 4th of July to say, ha! How does it feel to know that your grandfather surrendered at Yorktown? No, wait, that's 3-year Letterman. How does it feel to know that you lost and we became the richest nation on the planet? I think I just sort of nodded and went, oh yeah, this is adorable. And then I thought about it. I was like, well, I wasn't even alive in 1776. And it seems that us Brits and us Americans have this special relationship now. I think we can let bygones be bygones. But I think they still think they've won. The uncles, not America. America did win. America won the War of Independence. These uncles, I think they go home every 4th of July and think, yes, I downed 3 beers, had a plate of chicken wings, and put that Brit in his place. And do you know what? Whatever, because those same uncles love the Beatles. We invaded you in the 60s, and you all lapped it up like it was some kind of ice cream.
Have you ever had an experience where Americans have been having a little bit of banter with you about, oh, how does it feel to have lost?
Yeah, I have. They have said little things, you know, in a fun way. And I go, yeah, right. Yeah, a bit like Laurence.
Yeah, I have too. I think it's a little fun dig.
Yeah.
I've never experienced anything really confrontational or anything like that. But there is a little bit of, you know,
we won.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're the same. If we win anything, we don't let the other side forget it. So, yeah, okay, we'll take it.
It is interesting, isn't it, how two countries who had a bit of a rocky start, shall we say,
a bit of a spat
at the beginning, have remained so intertwined. Maybe that's the effect of having that deeper shared culture and history.
Yeah, I think there is. We do have a shared history and we do speak the same language, more or less. And we have similar values too. This special relationship thing that Laurence mentioned, we have mentioned that in videos before because we feel that it's much more said by the British, and we've never heard an American say to us, oh, because we've got a special relationship.
That isn't something that seems to be reciprocated in quite the same way, and I think it's because, well, America doesn't really feel the need to say it has a special relationship with anyone.
And we're really happy to side up with the big boy.
Yeah. And I think we see ourselves as a connection between America and the rest of Europe as that kind of middle ground with a kind of foot on each side, maybe leaning slightly towards the American side historically.
The victors like to remind me of my place in all of this by putting up lots of American flags. Please excuse this. This was my producer's idea. We don't have a flagpole and we are decorating in the studio at the minute. But at my first celebration, I thought, ooh, I could inject a little bit of banter into the proceedings. So I brought my own and it was hilarious until Chainsaw Jim saw it. And I haven't brought it since, because Chainsaw Jim is the sort of uncle who has 1776 written on the side of his toolbox. You don't mess with that toolbox, is what I've learned. And so now, after 15 years, I've learned to treat the day with the respect that it deserves.
We don't have a producer. Lucy found the flag and I put it up.
And a lovely story about this flag. This is the flag that my mum and her husband Roger, my stepdad, gifted to me on the day I became an American citizen, so it's very special.
It was a wonderful day and we all felt so proud of you, and it's a very special occasion. So we're both Americans now.
Yes, absolutely. So this 4th of July coming will be my first 4th of July as an American citizen.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see if that makes it feel any different or take on a different meaning somehow now that I am American.
American? You're as American as apple pie.
Yeah, in the sense that we both originated in Britain.
As a Brit and a new American, I would definitely treat the day with respect. I mean, I wouldn't dare come out waving my Union Jack.
No, God, I would not.
No, oh gosh, that wouldn't go down well, would it?
No, that might be seen as a little bit confrontational. We are not recommending it.
No.
As we speak, several establishments across London are enticing customers with Independence Day celebrations. This seems particularly prominent among the English capital's whiskey bars, who are looking to recreate the kind of experience I once found in Kentucky and Tennessee. And at first glance, one winery appeared to misspell independence as the plural form of independent. But upon further reading, I discovered that the establishment, D Vine Cellars, did it on purpose to celebrate independent winemakers. And while it remains baffling as to why this event is being held on July the 5th, it's good to see that the pun still never sets on the British Empire.
So I suspect a lot of the 4th of July events being held in the UK are by American business owners.
Or establishments who want to attract all those very rich American tourists.
Yes, absolutely. I don't think most British people would be seeking out something to do on the 4th of July. No. That being said, you might go along and just see what it's all about.
Yeah, if they're holding an event. I mean, I do remember being in London with my husband a few years ago, and it was Thanksgiving. It was the first Thanksgiving he'd missed. So we went in search of an establishment that did a Thanksgiving meal, and we found a restaurant in London called Christopher's, which is an American bar and restaurant, and we had a traditional Thanksgiving meal, which was really nice. So it's a little bit of America in England for an American who was missing home.
But interestingly, we have been asked a few times out here by Americans how we celebrate the 4th of July in the UK, and it's like, well, we kind of don't. It's not really a great day for us.
And it's so funny because when we're out here celebrating, or we might contact somebody from home, they have no concept really of what we're doing. We're having this really fabulous public holiday, you know, we've got family, we've got food, we've got fireworks all going on. It's just like it might be a Tuesday in the UK. Both of us have been asked this question. I guess because to Americans, they've grown up with this really important celebratory day, and they don't really think and just ask you the question, well, how do you celebrate it in the UK?
I think so. I think so.
I think it is nice to enthuse about your country on a special day. It's all very positive and fun.
If you're American, please let us know how you celebrate the 4th of July with your friends and family. Also, if you're from another country, we'd love to hear your perceptions on American Independence Day. Please comment below.
If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and subscribe to the Brit Girls for even more videos. Woohoo! Happy 4th of July!